Hello and welcome to Toy Polloi 2, and today we have an unboxing video because I've gone a little bit crazy buying stuff off eBay. So a lot of this part is things that I have bought. I know there's one mistake in here which I'll get onto in a little while, something that I bought that I thought I didn't have. Turns out I do have it. Sometimes that happens if you're collecting. And then a whole lot of other pieces, and hopefully some pieces for this guy in the middle, who is going to be the new mascot for Toy Polloi 2. If you watch Toy Polloi, you'll see that I have a few different action guys who are the mascots of that channel, and I thought it was a shame that I didn't have a mascot for Toy Polloi 2. So at a recent toy fair I picked up the remains of a Action Man, Atomic Man. He was in a fairly sorry state. He was missing his head, missing part of a forearm, and I've started to sort of piece him together. I just happen to have a head and the forearm, so I've already reattached those and fixed those up. I've made him an outfit, as you can see, and I've made him a little ID tag as well, but he is still missing a foot and two hands, and hopefully in some of these packages will be a foot and a couple of hands that I've ordered from Hobby Crash, so we should find those as we go through. And then there's a whole load of other pieces that I've bought as well. I've gone a little bit crazy this month, and there's actually still more packages to arrive, so I'll have to do another unboxing for next month. But sometimes you just go a little bit mad with the eBay buying. I certainly do. I get sort of caught up in the moment and buy things that I probably shouldn't have bought, but you know, on the whole I think they're things that I will make use of. First up though is something that a lot of people have asked me to get. When they see me splitting apart toys using my penknife, I get a few comments left saying, why don't you buy yourself some cheap phone repair tools? So to all those people saying I should buy some cheap phone repair tools, I have bought these, which is a bag of phone repair tools. So these are plastic tools used for sort of splitting phones apart and removing screens. Apparently they're a lot more gentle on the plastic than my knife. So yeah, to everybody who said I should get some, I have now bought them. There's a lot of tools I've already got in this pack, but it was quite cheap. I think it was under £3. So there's lots of sort of things for splitting and twisting and that, and screwdrivers and tweezers. But for £3 it was definitely worth getting. So now hopefully I won't get those comments left on the videos, because people will see that I will use these, although I still am going to be using my knife as well, because I do like using a penknife. Anyway, let's get on and open some of these boxes. We'll start with these two packages here, because I believe these do contain the parts for the channel mascot, who I'm going to be calling Sam, which will stand for Sub-Atomic Man. I ordered some bits from the Hobby Crash website. If you haven't been there before, it's a very good site full of pieces for generally for the Guyper Man version of Action Man, which is the Spanish and Italian, I think, version of him. But there are some parts that are used on the UK version, the Polloi version, that are actually based on those Guyper Man versions. And so I bought some Guyper Man hands from Hobby Crash, and I think they are in here. These will fit on Atomic Man. Now I did a restoration of Atomic Man many years ago, and I just used some Blue Pants era hands, but what I should have got is these. So I'm going to be updating my Atomic Man to use these hands, and obviously I needed a pair of hands for Sub-Atomic Man there, so I ordered those, and that very kindly included some extra pieces. So if we empty these out, so these are the correct hands to go on Atomic Man. They are slightly different to the sort of Blue Pants era hands. They're fairly cheap, and I bought a couple of pairs, as you can see, and these come all the way from Spain. It's only taken a few days actually to get here, so I'm happy to get those. So that's the first part I needed to fix Sam there. He's also sent me a spare forearm as well, so if I need to replace that, that's the forearm, and also the clips that go into that. It's very useful that these sorts of things are made, because Action Men are always breaking, so being able to find parts for them like this, reproductions, very cool indeed. So that's those pieces. And then in this box hopefully is a foot from John from the Vintage Action Man Barracks Facebook group. I put a request out to see if anyone had a foot for an Atomic Man, because it's a very specific foot. It has a grey peg on it. Most feet will have a sort of a flesh coloured peg like this, but Atomic Man has a grey peg. So John very kindly got in touch saying that he had a spare one, so I've already sent him some Toy Polloi bits, Toy Polloi notebooks and goodies and stuff like that, and he sent me this. So let's open this box and see what's inside. But I think I know what it is already. I can hear it rattling. Okay, so yes indeed, this is from John from the Vintage Action Man Barracks group. He's included actually some more boots. Action Man boots, always useful. And here we have, oh, he's actually sent me a pair of feet. I only needed one of these, but that's very kind of him. So this is Atomic Man's foot. I just needed his left foot here. So thanks ever so much, John. That's great. I now have all the bits I need to complete Sub-Atomic Man there, and I'll get him together soon. Next up are these two boxes, which I don't think I bought from the same seller, but they are exactly the same boxes, and they are from the same toy line. I think that's just a sort of a little quirk of buying off eBay. Now, one of them is something I really do need, and one of them is something I thought I needed, but when I looked on my shelf after having bought it and paid for it, I realised I'd already got it. So it's a bit of a mistake on my part, buying something I didn't need for my collection because I already had it. This does happen to collectors, especially if you've got a large toy collection. It's sometimes very hard to remember what you have already got, and that's what happened in this instance. So let's open up this box and I'll show you what it is. I'm not actually disappointed I've got a second one, it's just I thought I'd already got it, and yeah, sometimes this happens to me. So in here it is, yeah, it is exactly what I thought it was, and it is one I have already got. So this is the shield shooter version of the young male Titan from Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It's a rare figure, you know. Actually finding complete ones is pretty hard going. When I saw this figure, it was only £5, so I sort of grabbed it thinking, oh, that's great, it's the final one I need for my collection. But as I say, I do already have it. This one's not in an amazing condition. I think that's just pen on there. I think that will clean off quite nicely. So just a bit of a wash with some hot soapy water. But, you know, these things happen. Sometimes you make mistakes. It's got a few of his accessories. I'm still after the spear that he comes with. I haven't got his shield. I haven't got the skirt. So this is actually exactly the same as the one I have. But for £5, I made a mistake. Sometimes that happens. What's in this box, though, is something I've been looking for absolutely years, so I'm really pleased with this one. So let's open this up. It's from the same toy line, so this is, again, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and it should be the wings for a creature that I've had for about 25, maybe 30 years, and I've never seen the wings for sale. In fact, I very rarely see this creature complete, so finding the wings on their own was quite a lucky thing. So yeah, here they are. Let me get those out. These are the wings for the Bronze Dragoon, I think it's called. I've never seen these. I've had the Dragoon for an incredibly long time, and I've never seen its wings. So these popped up on eBay. I think I paid about £15 for them, which sounds an awful lot, but as I've never seen them before, and I've had this creature in my collection for that long, I couldn't sort of turn them down, so I grabbed them. So let me get the Dragoon, we'll put these on, you'll see what it's supposed to look like. And here he is. This is the Bronze Dragoon. As I say, I've had this for an incredibly long time, and it's just been sat on my shelf. I think I've got most of the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons figures now, but they're not all complete. And this one, I've just never seen his wings, so it was quite a surprise when these turned up on eBay. I just had to grab them. I would have grabbed them at pretty much at any price because I've always wanted to finish this figure. So let's put those in and see what he looks like. They should just sort of sit in there like that. There we go. He is now complete. It's a really odd looking creature, but it's one of the sort of monsters. There's the hook horror, then there's this guy, and then there's the other ones that the figures can ride. I just love these sorts of creatures. They look fantastic. So that has been a long time goal of mine to get that fixed up, and I'm so pleased to have those in my collection. I've also just given this a quick wipe as well, and all of that pen has come off, so actually he looks really quite nice. So although I didn't need him, he's actually cleaned up quite nicely, and I will put him on my Fortress of Fangs with all of my other spare figures. So yeah, a mistake, but I can sort of live with it, and something that I really wanted, and I'm very pleased to finally have that in my collection, all complete. Now we have this tiny little package, which again, another eBay purchase. I've been wanting this character for a while. Normally goes for a fair amount of money, especially if it comes with his sort of second character, but it was really only this little robot that I wanted. The main character doesn't particularly interest me. If I can find him, maybe I will add him just to have this complete, but I really wanted the little robot. This is a M.A.S.K figure, and this is T-Bob. It's the sort of little sidekick of Scott Tracker. I paid £10 for this, which actually seems quite cheap at the moment. The prices for this guy seem to be skyrocketing. In fact, all M.A.S.K figures seem to be skyrocketing. So you've got this little robot here. He's got a little turning head, and then he does sort of fold down into this mode, and Scott Tracker would sort of sit on the back of him and ride it a bit like a sort of scooter or a motorbike or something like that. Strange little figure. I just quite like the look of him, and yeah, he's been on my wants list for a while, but they always seem to go for you know, rather a large amount of money considering how small this figure is. And these used to be at the toy fairs all the time. I never picked one up, and now that I sort of started to collect them, I don't see them. So yeah, I think it was £10. I'm quite happy with that. Maybe I'll find Scott Tracker at some point, but in the meantime, I have a little T-bob to add to my M.A.S.K collection. Now we have this package, which I'm not quite sure what it is. I think this is from Alan, who is the editor of Fusion magazine and also the editor of the Toy Polloi annual for this year. So I think this is some Transformers bits. I sent him some stuff recently for projects he's working on, and he said that he had a couple of bits that I needed for my Transformers projects. So I think that is what is in here. I'll just open it and find out. Yes, it is indeed. Yeah, right. These are some bits for Scorponok. I'm missing these side leg parts of my Transformers G1 Scorponok. So here we have 2 bits of the leg armour. They've got a little bit of chrome wear on them, but that's fine. I might sort of fix the chrome, I might not. But these are pieces I needed to finish off my Scorponok. And then in here we have a wheel. This is the wheel for red alert or side swipe. It fits on both of them. I have a side swipe that is missing one wheel, and Alan said that he happened to have that very wheel. So again, needs a bit of chrome sort of repair on that. But that's great. 2 bits to fix up some Transformers G1 projects that I'm working on. So that's great. Thanks, Alan, for those. And then finally, we have this box, which has come from Damien, who got in touch with me via Instagram. He said that he had the remains of a box for a figure that I'd shown on Toy Polloi a while back, and he thought it would be quite fun to send it in because maybe I could restore the box to go with that particular toy. So that is what is in here. Let's open this up. See what it is. I've already sent again Damien some Toy Polloi goodies in the post because this arrived a little while back. So yeah, he's already got some bits from me. But let's see what this is and see if it is repairable. Hopefully it is. Right, there's a note there. Let's take that out, and then I'll leave the box open while I read what the note says. It says, "Dear Dave, great to see the Zoids debut on the channel and hope some of this packaging can be salvaged to make a good box for your Zark. There seems to be some fairly decent scans of the cover art online, so hopefully your printing and decal skills can repair that ugly tear. If only we'd known that those rows upon rows of boxes sold for pocket money prices back in Woolworths in 1985 would be rarer than gold dust now. Good luck and thanks for the nostalgia, Damien." Well, thank you, Damien. That's very kind. And yeah, all of this stuff, don't you just wish that you would sort of kept it in better condition as a child? Certainly there are many things I wished I'd never got rid of. So let's have a look in here. So here is the box. I think the rest is just packaging. It is. Let's take this box out and see what it looks like. Okay, so let's open this up, see what it is. So yeah, this is a Zoids Zark figure. I reviewed the figure a while back on Toy Polloi and sort of built it. It's the first time I'd ever had any Zoids stuff. It's a sort of toy line I'd remembered as a child, but I'd never sort of got into it. And yeah, Damien said that he had the box for it. So this is, yeah, Zark. Oh, poor box. Look at it. It's got a really bad tear right across the front. It's some sellotape has been ripped off. And yeah, there's a lot of that missing. Well, I'm sure we can do something with that. Yeah, if I can find some reasonable scans, certainly. Like the logo should be no problem on the side because we can use this one to recreate that. Same on that side. And I think that image looks the same as that. So yeah, if we can find some good images, oh yeah, that's that image there, yeah, we should be able to do something with it. So that's great. It's certainly a tatty box, but I think something can be done with it. And even as this looks now, do you know what, I would still display that in my collection. It doesn't matter that it's got a tear on it, it's just quite a nice thing to have. It's got nice artwork elsewhere. So yeah, that's great. Thanks ever so much, Damien. That will be a fun project. I will add that to my list. And there we go, that is everything that was in today's mailbag. So I've been buying a lot off eBay. There's a few more packages to come. As I say, I've got a few bits that I've ordered for projects that I'm working on, a few that I've ordered for projects that I have ideas for. So there's a lot more to come. I've actually spent rather a lot of money this month that I probably shouldn't have, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just see lots of things that you need and want for your collection. I'm especially pleased for finally getting the wings for that Dragoon there. That has taken me absolutely years to find, so I'm very happy with those. And even though I already have this figure, I'm not disappointed. I do like the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons figure, so another one to add to my collection is no big problem. But I now know that I do actually have that figure. I think I do have all of the figures. It's just the accessories that I'm after. So I will stop buying figures and I will just look for the accessories. And as I say, I've now got a little T-bob to go in my M.A.S.K collection as well. So that's great. And as you can see, I have put Sam all together. He's now got his foot on and he's got his replacement hand. So there is the new mascot for Toy Polloi 2. You will be seeing him in all sorts of posts and videos in the future. Thanks to John for very kindly sending me the foot for that. That's very kind indeed. And also to Damien for that Zoids box. That is going to be an interesting project. And also thanks to Alan for the Transformers bits. That will finish off a couple of projects that I've had in the background here. So if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then head on over to my main channel, Toy Polloi, and check out all of the videos that I post there as well. And thanks for watching.